Welcome back. 3 people allegedly broke into a man's home, assaulted him, and stole his cell phone and credit cards early Sunday morning in Moses Lake. Moses Lake police initially responded to a possible vehicle prowl on West Broadway Avenue. Sonia Jones, a 28-year-old Moses Lake resident, told police her ex-boyfriend had taken her SUV and thrown her purse out the window, according to the Moses Lake police on Monday. She asked officers to follow her to a home to get the purse. The officers declined, saying she would need a standby order from a judge. About an hour later, police responded to a report of a disturbance on Harborview Street. A 33-year-old Moses Lake man, the same person who allegedly took Jones's SUV, told officers Jones and 2 others came over to his home and assaulted him. Jones, David Mendes, a 26-year-old Moses Lake resident, and Mark Brown, a 34-year-old Moses Lake resident, were booked into Grant County Jail for robbery, residential burglary, riot, and assault. Public comments on the Community Wildfire Protection Plan are being accepted at a meeting on March 19th. Officials are explaining the plan and the dangers of wildland fire in Grant County. The meeting includes a slideshow presentation by wildfire specialists. Public priorities for communities are part of the discussion with officials, including educating the public and minimizing wildfire risks. The meeting begins at 7 p.m. at Grant County Fairgrounds in the Huck Fuller Building. In Northwest news, an Oregon woman reunited with the telemarketer who saved her life. That saleswoman says she heard the woman's life and death struggle with her attacker through the telephone line and called 911. Reporter Corey Marshall has the story.
Yeah, Jenny is still recovering from a broken nose, internal bruising, and a concussion, but she says that's not the worst of it. It's the emotional scarring. She's been in hiding ever since the alleged attack because her ex-boyfriend, the alleged attacker, is out of jail. She's asked we not use her last name out of safety concerns. You're only hearing a few seconds of what Jenny says was a 2-hour-long real-life nightmare.
2 hours of being smothered and suffocated and screamed at and spit on and stepped on and gun pointed.
Inside his Lebanon home, Jenny says her then boyfriend of 4 years, 33-year-old Walter Warren John Ruck, held her down.
At the time, I didn't feel like there was anybody there, and it was horrifying.
But she wasn't alone. Unbeknownst to her, she had pocket-dialed Las Vegas-based telemarketer Camille McElroy. McElroy had called Jenny earlier that day. Jenny thinks her phone dialed out when she was pushing her cell phone up her sleeve so Ruck couldn't take it away again. Of course, she has another theory, too.
I do. I think that it had to have been a divine intervention because I wasn't getting out, not without help.
McElroy listened in, feeling the pain 900 miles away with each blow. She waved over coworkers who eventually Googled the Lynn County Sheriff's number and called 911. Earlier this month, Jenny and McElroy met on the Meredith Vieira show.
It was wonderful to meet her. It was great, the surprise on her face, because she had no clue I was going to be there. It was really awesome. And then to get to thank her in person.
She's been bouncing around ever since the alleged attack, afraid to stay in one place for too long. She came out of hiding once again in an effort to tell her story of survival to other domestic violence victims.
I think that there is purpose in that, is to pass on the message that don't stay for that. I'm hoping that at least one woman out there listens. That you don't have to stay. It doesn't get better. It's not going to change.
With renewed purpose, Jenny is convinced that had McElroy not answered the call, she wouldn't be around to spread the message. Now, as for her alleged attacker, Ruck is charged with assault and strangulation, among other offenses. He made bail shortly after his arrest back in January. Jenny tells me, though, she has taken a restraining order out against him. In Albany, Corey Marshall, K2 News.
And that's going to do it for us here at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.